Coming in with Shadow Machamp for the resisted counter farm down. What does the opponent want to come in with? They come in with Cresselia, they're already down 1 shield. Do they respect the potential payback coming from Shadow Machamp? The opponent is waiting out their timer. I imagine they are going to come back in with Venusaur. Here comes Venusaur. Are they ready for the potential payback they've already seen? Drapion in the lead. I highly doubt they shield this. Will payback land? Counters are absolutely shredding through this Lapras. We sneak a counter. We are choosing to no shield this Surf. Surf does land, gets Machamp into the yellow. We are over farming. No baits this time. Once again is Lapras expecting the potential payback. So let's get into today's video. Today's video is a super fun set of battles. Shout out to Bhairavkali. He has submitted some Shadow Machamp double poison battles in the Open Ultra League. Of course, this is a triple Shadow team, but this is no regular Shadow Machamp. Yes, we have featured Shadow Machamp with payback on the channel before, but absolutely no one loves to go for payback as much as this trainer, and you today are in for an absolute treat. So without any further ado, let's get into the videos. So in game 1, we lead Shadow Drapion into Venusaur. You love to see it. We resist all moves from Venusaur. They switch out into Incineroar, and Machamp is going to absolute work. We are opting to no shield the Flame Charge. It lands, does around 50% of our HP. Machamp can now comfortably overfarm, and Cross Chop will be more than enough to knock out from this range. I highly doubt the opponent is going to shield because they just get farmed down. Machamp now has residual energy. I imagine the opponent, after waiting out the timer, is going to come back in with Venusaur. Venusaur's already seen that we've got Drapion in the lead. They're probably thinking Rock Slide isn't going to do that much damage. Well, are you ready for the potential payback? It lands. Venusaur's now deep into the red. They're attempting to Vine Whip down, and we simultaneously KO Machamp. You absolute monster. And now the opponent only has Swampert in the back. They've got 2 shields, but these air slashes are absolutely shredding through Swampert. Hydro Cannon doesn't do nearly enough damage. We can now just start debuffing their defense. Poison Fang is resisted, but these air slashes now are going to do even more damage. The opponent's already had enough, and we're off to a 1-0 start. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into battle number 2. We lead Shadow Drapion into Giratina. The Giratina is using Shadow Claw. You love to see it. Drapion's Dark typing resist Shadow Claw, and to be honest, this is a very dominant matchup. We do need to be mindful of Giratina attempting to catch a move. However, they don't swap out, and this crunch is going to do big damage. It only takes 2 crunches to knock out. This is a CMP tie. This next Dragon Claw still doesn't do nearly enough damage to Drapion. We once again are over farming. This crunch will either draw a shield or knock out. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. The opponent lets it go. Drapion is still fairly healthy, and out comes Surfetched. We go straight for the Sludge Bomb. If Surfetched doesn't respect the potential Sludge Bomb, it is going to land for big damage. The Surfetched does give up a shield, and they now commit to the counter farm down. We come in with Crobat, and these air slashes are going to absolutely shred this Surfetched. They go for a Leaf Blade. That, my friend, is double resisted. That is not a very clever play. The opponent's still staying in. We go straight for the Poison Fang. The Surfetched shields up. We now make a catch onto Shadow Machamp. The opponent throws after 5s. This will just be a Leaf Blade, but they actually go for a resisted Night Slash. Bhairavkali is absolutely rung rings around his opponent. Kanto Mark in the back, and that is all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle lead, Shadow Drapion into a shiny Heracross. Great flex from the opponent. This is a pretty neutral matchup. They will resist Crunch, but Sludge Bomb will hit for big neutral damage. We aren't baiting. Sludge Bomb lands. It gets Heracross deep into the red. They are over farming. Looking to get to back-to-back moves, but Drapion is so spammy. This crunch, even though resisted, will force a shield from the opponent. The opponent banks all the energy and switch out into Lapras. Shadow Machamp is absolutely shredding through this Lapras with counter. We are opting to no shield the Surf. I think that is the correct play, as Heracross will resist all of Machamp's energy, and we are going straight for the payback. They've already gone down 1 shield. Lapras actually shields up the payback. Pretty brutal, as back-to-back cross chops would have been enough to KO. We are now going to shield up this next serve and look to commit to the counter down. Can we make it? Yes, we can. Shadow Machamp is on 1 HP and a dream. We are firing off this cross chop. Absolutely. Whatever comes in, it is Mew in the back. This is going to get somewhat tricky. We come in now with our Crobat. Crobat is going to have to be mindful of the potential wild charge, but we still aren't shielding. It is a wild charge. It doesn't quite one-shot. The opponent switches out now into Heracross. We are choosing to burn our final shield. I really like this play because even though we aren't going to get a move off, as Heracross does win CMP, they are now energy drive. We can come in with Drapion, commit to the Poison Sting farm down. It's going to be about, is one crunch enough to knock out this Mew? Mew has taken a cross chop and some air slashes. Big crunch coming through. Hi Mew, bye Mew, and that is a good game. GG's and thanks for playing. Great IQ there from Bhairavkali. Knowing his win con, he played it out perfectly. Moving on into the next battle, it's like we're looking at Season 6 battles as the return of Giratina. Once again, the Shadow Claw Giratina is staying in and Drapion is a pretty solid response to it. The opponent does try and make a catch onto their Charmer, but are they ready for the Sludge Bomb? Sludge Bomb comes through, the opponent no shields, and holy crap, it near one shots. We now look to snipe with Crobat. We farm all the way down and have residual energy, good to go. Back out comes Giratina. They are going to fire off a Dragon Claw. Crobat doesn't have to worry, we will survive. The opponent actually fires a Shadow Sneak. I've got no idea why. Dragon Claw is more energy efficient, and now we are going straight for the Shadow Ball. Great call once again from Bhairavkali. Knowing we've got Drapion, the Giratina was unlikely to shield, and we went straight for the Hail Mary. We now outpace to the Poison Fang, and the opponent chooses to shield on a CMP tie. That is definitely one of the strangest shields I've ever seen, and now we are sitting in a great spot. We come in with Shadow Machamp. We go for the resisted counter down. It's Cresselia in the back. The opponent's already down one shield. Do they respect the potential Shadow Machamp's payback? They do not. It lands for big damage, and this game is now absolutely over. We switch out into Drapion. Crunch does draw the opponent's final shields. Just to add insult to injury, we get the defense drop, so now these poison things are adding up. The opponent actually goes for a future sight, so they must be on grass, not future sight. That does not KO. Drapion on 1 HP and the Dream lands the crunch, and that once again is all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. So sitting at 4-0 in the set, going into the 5th and final battle, we lead Shadow Drapion into Obstagoon. This is a pretty neutral matchup. 2 Sludge Bombs will be enough to knock out this Obstagoon. However, the counter and potential cross chops do all hit for neutral. We tank the first cross chop. Drapion is still super healthy. We bank a Sludge Bomb, switch out into Crobat. The opponent does stay in, and they're looking to chip us with a Night Slash. Night Slash does around 25%, and they now switch out into Giratina. You already know in this video, this trainer, Bhairavkali, has thrown no baits. We go straight for the Hail Mary. Shadow Ball lands, zero respect from the opponent. They are now deep into the red. Giratina is going to get off a Dragon Claw, but that does not KO. They are going to knock us out, but this Giratina is deep into the red. We overfarm, go for this crunch. Crunch will be enough to knock out. And we have residual energy for the Obstagoon once it does return. We are going once again straight for the Sludge Bomb. The opponent shields it up, and we now dip out into Swampert. These counters are absolutely shredding through the Obstagoon. In the back is Swampert. We've got 2 shields. We're shielding up the Hydro Cannon, and once again we are going straight for the Hail Mary. Does Swampert respect the potential payback? Payback coming through. Swampert shields it up. However, this game is still absolutely over. We can now use our final shield here. We will outpace to the next cross chop. Cross chop will not knock Swampert out. However, we will be able to farm down with counter. Cross chop lands, Swampert deep into the red. One more counter is enough to knock out. We switch out into Drapion to catch the potential cross chop. Just to flex, the opponent is going to be able to counter us all the way down. Shadow Machamp should be able to counter down before Obstagoon makes a move, and that is a good game. GG's and thanks for playing. So I think that is the first time in a video that I've ever seen an opponent go for the nuke absolutely every time. That includes situations where payback probably wasn't the play, for example against Lapras and Swampert, but holy crap, that was a lot of fun to shoutcast. So huge shout out to Bhairavkali. He's an elite trainer. He's made legend numerous times and has ranked around 142nd, I believe, on the leaderboard. So huge shout out to him. Great showcase of the power of Shadow Pokemon. If you like your battles featured on the channel, a link to my battle submission form is in the description down below. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. Leave a comment. It will help me reach a wider audience on YouTube. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.